First time ever. Yoo Yeon-seok publicly dreams of a wedding with Chae Soo-bin. Could it be true? Is one of Korea's most beloved actors finally ready to say, "I do"? For the very first time, Yoo Yeon-seok has opened up about his deepest hopes for a future with Chae Soo-bin, and what he said has left fans breathless. Is a fairy tale wedding closer than we think? Let's dive into the full story, only on Red Carpet revealed. It was supposed to be just another quiet evening at the Seoul Arts Center. The venue was abuzz with anticipation for a charity gala supporting children's education, an event filled with dazzling lights, elegant gowns, and the who's who of Korean entertainment. No one expected the night to end with a revelation that would send shockwaves through the industry. As Yoo Yeon-seok took the stage to present an award, his usual calm charisma was on full display. Dressed in a tailored black tuxedo with a navy silk lapel, his smile lit up the grand hall. But behind that practiced charm, something was different, more personal, more vulnerable. And then it happened. "There's someone I want to build my future with." The hall fell silent as Yoo paused mid-speech. For a moment, he looked out into the audience, eyes searching, softening. "I've been grateful for everything in my career," he began, voice slightly trembling. "But there's something more important to me now. Someone I want to build my future with." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Journalists leaned forward. Cameras clicked in rapid succession. "I'm talking about Chae Soo-bin," he said, clearly, with conviction. The room erupted. Murmurs, shocked expressions, and hands covering mouths in disbelief. This was not a scripted moment. This wasn't a PR stunt. This was Yoo Yeon-seok. Unfiltered, raw, and emotionally bare. A romance hidden in plain sight? While the two actors had previously starred together in a romantic drama, fans dismissed their chemistry as just good acting. But behind the scenes, their bond quietly grew. Insiders now reveal that the pair has been more than friends for over a year, but kept it under wraps to avoid media frenzy. In fact, just last month, the two were spotted in Jeju Island under the radar, enjoying what seemed to be an intimate getaway. Dressed casually in caps and masks, they strolled through coastal villages, stopped by quiet cafes, and were even seen holding hands while watching the sunset from Seongsan Ilcholbon Peak. No one thought to connect the dots, until now. The proposal that almost happened? According to a close source from Yoo's management team, the actor had been considering a real proposal to Chae Soo-bin during their Jeju trip. A private candlelit dinner was arranged at a luxury eco-resort, overlooking the ocean. Everything was in place, the flowers, the ring, the music, but something held him back. "He told us he wanted it to be perfect," the source shared. "He said, she deserves a moment that will be remembered forever." So he waited, and now, it seems like he's finally ready. Chae Soo-bin's response? More telling than words. Shortly after the gala, Chae Soo-bin took to her social media, not with a statement, but with a photo. A single image, a close-up of her hand resting atop a handwritten letter. The words, "You always make me believe in forever." No caption, no tags, just that. And fans went wild. Thousands of comments flooded in within minutes, speculating. Was this a confirmation? A secret reply to Yoo Yeon-seok's heartfelt confession? Whether intentional or not, the post added gasoline to a fire already ablaze. A love story unfolding in real time. In an era where most celebrity romances are carefully managed or painfully hidden, Yoo Yeon-seok's decision to go public and dream out loud about marriage is nothing short of extraordinary. Especially for a star of his stature, known for his guarded personal life. Industry experts suggest this move might mark a shift in Korean celebrity culture, where authenticity and vulnerability are becoming more valued than secrecy. One entertainment analyst said, "This wasn't just about love. It was about courage. A man risking everything to say he wants a forever with someone." What's next? A wedding already in motion? There are already whispers among stylists and event planners that a private ceremony is being discussed for later this year. Potentially in Switzerland, one of Chae Soo-bin's favorite travel destinations. Her team, however, remains silent. Fans, on the other hand, are already celebrating. "We've waited for a real love story. And now we have it." One netizen wrote. Others are calling it the K-drama of the year, but real. According to an insider close to the couple, Yoo Yeon-seok and Chae Soo-bin went through a deeply painful rift in August of last year. They had a serious disagreement, the source revealed, and for 2 weeks, they didn't speak at all. No calls, no texts, complete silence. While the exact cause of the conflict remains undisclosed, speculation points to the pressures of work, emotional distance from constant secrecy, or even a clash in priorities. Whatever it was, those 2 weeks nearly tore them apart. During that time, friends and colleagues began to notice a visible change. Yoo Yeon-seok, usually warm and lighthearted on set, became withdrawn. He reportedly avoided conversations, stayed in his trailer, and seemed lost in thought between takes. Chae Soo-bin, known for her radiant energy, appeared distant during interviews. One staff member from her drama production confessed. It felt like she wasn't really there, physically. Yes, but emotionally, she seemed far away. What happened next marked a turning point. Yoo Yeon-seok took a spontaneous solo trip to Gangwon province. He stayed in a quiet seaside town, away from cameras and social media. It was during one late evening by the shore, under a pale blue twilight, that he reportedly had a moment of deep clarity. As waves crashed in the distance, he came to a realization that would change everything. He told a friend later that he couldn't imagine a life without her. The insider shared. He realized that even in silence, even in pain, she was the one constant he wanted. The one who made him feel at peace. That night, Yoo sat down and wrote her a letter. A long, heartfelt confession, not of guilt, but of love. He poured every thought, every regret, and every hope into the pages. Along with the letter, he sent a single white rose and a handwritten note that simply said, "Let's not waste another day." 2 mornings later, Chae Soo-bin showed up at his door. She didn't speak. She didn't need to. She held the letter tightly in her hands, looked at him with tearful eyes, and embraced him as if to say, "I'm still here." A neighbor, who happened to witness the scene from across the street, later described it as a moment so pure. It felt like watching the final scene of a romance film. What followed was not a dramatic overhaul, but a quiet, deliberate return to each other. They became more careful with their time, more thoughtful in how they communicated. Friends noticed how they started planning low-key dates, cooking together at home, and prioritizing small moments that mattered. When Yoo Yeon-seok recently stood on stage at a charity gala and openly declared that he wanted to build a future with Chae Soo-bin, many saw it as a surprising confession. But to those closest to him, it was the natural next step. He almost lost her once. The insider said, he won't make that mistake again. There are now murmurs of a possible engagement. A recent social media post by Chae Soo-bin, a photo of a delicate ring and the caption, "Everything in its time," only fueled the speculation. Meanwhile, Yoo Yeon-seok is said to be turning down overseas projects to stay in Korea, suggesting he's preparing for something more personal. This isn't just another celebrity couple making headlines. This is a story of love that was tested, nearly broken, but ultimately rediscovered. A love that learned to weather silence, distance, and doubt, and came back stronger. Whether a wedding is around the corner or not, one thing is clear. Yoo Yeon-seok and Chae Soo-bin are no longer afraid to fight for their happiness. And sometimes, the most beautiful love stories are the ones that almost never made it. Stay with Red Carpet Revealed for more on this unfolding story.